Hey, what's up, everybody? Jen Brown here for Bellator Nation, and joining me today we have Lorenz Larkin. He is hi.
Oh.
You're gonna wave? You can wave. No, this is how we do it.
I didn't know
what to do with your hands.
Yeah,
it's okay.
so.
You can put it. No,
Okay.
you've got a fight coming up. You know, we're super pumped. It's your Bellator debut. You're taking on Douglas Lima for the welterweight belt. But before that, you agreed to sit down with me, which I appreciate. Go a few rounds in the interview chair.
I think I'm more nervous here than I'm gonna be in the cage. Yeah.
Why? I hope I don't make you nervous.
No offense, Lima.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a dig, wasn't it?
Was it?
Back. Well,
maybe.
Could be.
Take
Hey, look,
take
I'm
it
tough.
just as a
I
dig,
do work,
Lima.
I do work out. So.
That's right.
Yeah, first, okay, we're going to go a little way back for you in the day. Like, hey, I want to talk about this. You are one of 9 siblings. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of kids. Like, what's the age? Like, you're like,
thought you were going to say something totally different, but
that too. I know where you're going. I know, but like, what was it like growing up in a household with 8 siblings? And just tell me a little bit about like your childhood growing up and what that was like.
It was pretty cool, you know. I was the youngest, so I guess I was the kind of like the golden child, you know. So I didn't really. It was pretty cool. All my sisters and brothers are much older than me, so it was pretty cool. You know, it was not bad things. You know, I always got to like get my way.
So who introduced you to sports? How did you first get into like? What are your first memories of like doing sports and growing up as a kid?
I got into karate. My mom got me into karate, and then I did a little bit of that, and then I stopped doing that and got into boxing. And then I tried to do football, you know, but my dad wouldn't let me. My dad was real, like, protective.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to, like, let me do contact sports for some reason.
But wait, he'd let you do boxing?
So he let me train boxing.
Ah, I see.
He didn't know I was going, you know, doing sparring, you know. He wouldn't sign for my my boxing license. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I wasn't allowed to fight and I wasn't allowed to spar, you know. But those Wednesdays I would say it was just training and then go spar.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so.
And I heard there's like a little asterisk. There was a kung fu career at some point. Or?
No. That all came about from a.
Is that
just a cameraman that
true?
ticked me off. Yeah, that is a urban myth.
Urban myth?
Yeah.
All right. I thought I was gonna get some like emerging like underground kung fu career that you had when you were like 8 years old.
There's a year of my life, you know, I was in Shaolin. No. It was just.
Okay, all right, cool. Let's talk about Riverside. Like you eat, sleep, breathe. I mean, look. First, let's talk about this though. Is your phone number is on all of your? Is that your real phone number? It's on all your social media accounts. You say call me.
Yeah, call
That's
me.
your phone number.
That's my number. All the fans that hit me up, they've hit me up.
Okay.
Say what's up.
I'm sure you've gotten some interesting messages, texts, calls. What's the most interesting reach out that someone's that you've got?
I got too weird. I just got one time where I was driving and the guy was like, "No, this isn't you." And I was like, "Nah, bro, it's me. What's up?" He's like, "Nah, dude, send me a picture of yourself right now." I was like, "I'm not gonna send you a picture of myself, but just trust me, it's me, you know." And then I haven't got too many weird.
How many?
requests.
I mean, is this something? Do you get? Is it like every day? Do you get a call or a text?
I
or?
think that most of the time they think it's fake.
Sure.
You know, so.
Well,
That's
the
like
cat's out of the bag.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. So
All
I'm
of our
pretty sure
viewers.
after this is gonna be like. But yeah, I think most of the time they just think it's fake, and when they really call me, they're like, "It's you?" I'm like, "Yeah," and it makes me feel weird because they, you know, how they're talking like I'm this guy. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I was like, "You're making me feel awkward, you know, just by you being just like, what's up?" And then most of the time they just talk and they just ask random questions and. You know, like how's training going, and it's pretty cool. I think a lot of fighters should do that. You know, it really, because sometimes you can't reply to everybody. You know,
sure.
Sometimes these messages come in and you have to do something and then you forget, and then sometimes you know like people who support you just think that you're just kind of like saying like whatever. But, you know, I'm either doing something or I just forgot, you know. But the phone call is just like, I could just get on the phone. Hey, what's up, dude? All right, man. Well, I got to go. But, hey, you know, it was nice talking to you. And then it's cool. It's much easier that way.
I mean, it's definitely a rare thing. I don't know that I've ever met or talked or seen anybody do that. But I have to imagine, I mean, you talk about making someone's day. They, you know, get to pick up the phone
cool.
and
it's just,
super fan and talk to you. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
You might
Fighters out there don't be trying to jock me now.
All right, let's talk about Gabby Garcia. Is that a real beef? What's going on with that?
Oh, man.
What's going on with that?
Gabby Gardner. She doesn't respect my white belt, man. It's like, I put this time into my craft, you know, and I'm not just this. Everybody thinks I'm just this striker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this goes deep.
Mm-hmm.
If you see my,
It
goes deep.
Serious, yeah.
And they think my jiu-jitsu game is not strong, but it's strong.
So is that like, are you guys gonna really do this, or?
Yeah, you know, I'm always down for it. You know, I love to just shut the naysayers. If that seems, you know, logical. It just, I know that everybody thinks she'll tap me out, but in here, it won't happen. I'm just a different animal. Like I was telling you, my aura is way too strong to let that happen. If you see these eyes, you see.
I mean, I'm right here.
It's really intense, right?
I'm right here, yeah. I am.
It just won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, if you are listening, you will not tap me. Look at these eyes. I'm dead serious. Can you tell her, please?
Yeah, I feel there's this aura.
It is.
I get it. All right, let's talk about Boss Hog. How's he doing for you?
Boss Hog
I'm surprised he wasn't here. I was expecting him to.
You know what? He couldn't make it. He really wanted to come to these offices, you know. And I told him, let me come out, get a feel for everybody, because he's a great guy. He does a lot of things for my career, and he was one of the big playmakers. I was surprised. See, you've done your research. I'm surprised you knew about Boss Hog, because he kind of stays underneath the wraps. A lot of the, you know, all my supporters, they know about Boss Hog, but he does a lot of things. But a lot of the times, I have to come and you know and check out everything and make sure everybody's cool. Because if he just came in, it'd be crazy.
I mean, he's the one that made the deal happen with Coker, right? I mean, he's the reason why you're here.
You know,
Bellator is a rumor, at least around the building.
His phone's been blowing up. He's done wonders with me, and I guess it's starting to show out there, you know, that a lot of fighters are starting to pay attention to what he's doing.
Well, let's talk about the free agency, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that was a long process for you, and you're back. You're back with Coker. What's that like? I mean, he's who gave you your start, and reunited. A lot of, I'm sure, familiar faces when you walk around the press conferences.
Yeah, you know, it feels welcoming. It doesn't feel like the new kid at school. You know, it kind of feels like, you know, like just like, you know how I guess in elementary you'll have a teacher, and then a couple grades later that teacher will start teaching like 5th grade, and you get that teacher again. You're like, what? You know, so
could be yes or it could be bad, I guess, depending on the.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's a good thing, and you know, I was pumped, you know, and it's just a good. I left off on a good relationship, and it was nothing, never sour. You know, it was just all good and all like, you know, just good vibes pushing me forward, you know, and it's cool to be back, you know, and you know, I feel comfortable. You see, I got my leg up. I'm just like, oh, this doesn't even seem like anything new, you know.
So when you're talking to Coker, I'm curious because like, you look at our welterweight. I mean, it's stacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the guy, MVP. I mean, it's stacked. You know the guys. So I'm curious. It's like, did you think, or did you guys even talk about a title shot would be your Bellator debut? I mean, were you thinking that?
No, not at all. And that wasn't even. I was just trying to get a job. Yeah, I was just trying to.
You're like, I just want to get paid.
Yeah, I just want to like be employed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was tired of being homeless on the streets, and yeah. No, that was a joke. I wasn't homeless on the streets. But
I thought I was gonna break like some great Emmy moment. You're
yeah,
gonna cry, and I was
not
like,
at all. No, but I was just happy to be employed and have a job. And then next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call, you know, like fight at Madison Square Garden for the title against Douglas Lima. I was like, what? You know, I didn't even know if I needed a reply. It was just who can, you know, like that just makes for a great story.
Yeah.
Right? The next time you'll be talking to me, this whole story was going to be on like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be.
I mean, yeah, you think about it. I mean, it's insane. And what does that say, you know, about free agency and what's going on right now in the whole sport as a whole? And now, you know, what does that mean about the evolution of where we are right now? You know, big things are happening.
Yeah, you know, it's so good for the sport. You know, it just shows that a fighter can really fight his butt off, really be exciting, and bring it every time he steps in in the cage, and can be rewarded for it. It's not just you only can go with one company now. It's multiple companies out there that are fighting for these fighters. Yeah. It's good. This and sometimes a lot of people look at these things as a negative, but that's like the progression. That's what we need. As far as not just a organization, just MMA. Period. That just shows where the sport is going. There's not just one big dog no more. Now there's a couple big dogs out there. So it's good. I'm pumped. I'm pumped just to be in the position where I'm, like I'm in the forefront. Not in the forefront of everything, but I'm in the midst of everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying at the end of my career, like I'm seeing all this stuff happen, so I'm happy.
Now, I like to get a little serious, just to understand a little bit more with the fighters, and we've had some fun. I like it. Thank you. But I'm curious, as a fighter, you've done so much so far in your career. You've experienced a lot. What would you say is the biggest challenge that you faced to get to where you are right now?
In the beginning, before I even went pro, is I went out on a limb. You're looking at somebody who's just really been in the city most of his life, didn't venture off and go to other states or other countries. And I moved away for a year, to really pursue MMA, to see if this is something that I could really pursue and really make a living off of. And I fought amateur in Kentucky, because California didn't have a sanctioned amateur league. It was just, I guess, what you call smokers. It was illegal, And I just moved, and this is, you're talking about a Cali boy
Kentucky.
Moving to Kentucky. Yeah, it's
I'm from the South-ish,
okay,
so it's different.
It's a big change, and I stuck to it. I stuck to it for a year, and right after that year was done, I was 10-0 as an amateur and moving back to California and turning pro. So I think that was like a big factor in my life to say that, like, when you hear people say, like, chase your dream and you can do it, a lot of times you listen to it and you're just like, that's just inspirational speech, But I think it's 10 times better when you really do it and you really achieve, and I'm at where I'm at because of the sacrifice I did back then, and it means a lot, and I think that was one of the biggest things, the biggest challenges in my career, to, I guess, have the drive to really do it, and move away from everybody for a year. So, I mean, it all paid off. Now I'm sitting here on this lovely carpet in this lovely handcrafted chair,
Very nice.
This mahogany.
Hey, we only roll real high and real big for you here on the show.
This is mahogany.
All right, we're going to go back to the fun stuff. So a part of these sit-downs is it's called 10 with Jen. So I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and you're just going to give me the first answer that comes to your mind. Super simple. I'm sure it's going to be really boring because you're a really boring person. So we'll start now. All right, what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? The biggest fear are probably natural things, like if I walked outside and the moon was really, really close, like that type of stuff. Yeah, it's like natural type stuff, like a big wave, watching like a big wave right in front of me, like that.
Like a tsunami.
And planes. I hate planes. So.
Wait, you hate planes? Oh, that's a real. That's a. Wait, and so do you not fly or?
I fly, but like I.
Not comfortably.
No, not at all. So I feel worse coming off of a plane than I feel after a fight, for sure. Like stress levels and.
Really?
Yeah, I'm all tense and yeah.
So no, I'm curious. So what would you think when you walk out and the moon is close? Like what does that trigger? I'm curious.
I couldn't tell you because I would have a heart attack. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
That.
I'm scared like we're gonna crash into the moon. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never thought that's okay. What is your most embarrassing moment?
My embarrassing moment. Ever?
I mean, if you have one this week,
First
one that comes to mind.
All right. Well, since it's since we're connecting here.
All right.
6th grade science camp. On the bus, I don't know why, I had a big thing of like, it was like juice or whatever. And I kept drinking the juice and I kept talking to everybody. And have you heard of 6th grade science camp?
No.
Okay, maybe it's like a California thing. I don't know. But you like go up in the mountains and you stay up in the mountains for like a week with all these kids. So I'm drinking all this juice, and mind you, I've not told anybody. I don't even know why I'm telling you right now. But I just feel like this is one
Don't
of
worry,
those
it's just
moments.
us. No one else is.
Yeah,
no one
right?
else is gonna see it.
So I'm pretty sure the kids that were probably there didn't even know because they didn't. So I'm drinking all this juice. I'm talking and I'm trying to be like this guy, like, and I had to use the bathroom. And we're going up, and there's no stops, you know, because we're going up the mountain. So when it finally hit me to the point I was like, I need to use the bathroom. I didn't even want to tell. It was just, I was at that age where you don't say like, I need to use the bathroom, you know. So at least I thought so. So I told him when it finally came down to, they're like, okay, we'll stop at the next stop. The next stop was like 20 minutes away, you know. And I end up peeing on myself, and that happened. And when they stopped, they're like, okay, you know, I was like, oh, I went away. You know, I said it went away. And then everybody got off the bus. But I don't know who the bus driver was. I couldn't remember the name. But if you're out there, thank you. He let me go out. He took me out. All the kids were on this side of the bus. And he took me out the emergency exit. And, like, changed my clothes. And then the teachers washed my clothes. So, yeah, that happened.
That would have been a terrible way to start 6th grade science camp.
That would have ruined my life.
Yeah.
I would not be here talking to you. I would be some crazy guy. That can ruin a kid's life.
I can't imagine what that must have, you know, just as a kid to go through that, to have to make that decision when that was happening.
But that was the last time that happened.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Good to
just
know.
so everybody knows
Good
that was
to
the
know.
last time. It never happened again.
Do you have any secret talents?
I could spin a pillow. I thought that was pretty natural, but
You can spin like you'd spin a basketball. You can
yeah,
spin
like a pillow. Just
I wish we had a pillow.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, we'll see if we can. Yeah. We'll
But yeah, I could spin a pillow.
All right. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Is it bad if I really thought about this before this question? Like I've had thoughts of like.
I totally know what I'll do during the zombie apocalypse. So I mean, I don't know that that's. I mean, I've thought things like this through. So
I would want to be like. Probably Superman powers. I always thought like I would want to be a vampire, but then like you have to be out in the daytime. But then I was like thinking like, oh, well, Blade has it, but then he still has a hunger, and I don't like shots, right? This is how deep I've thought about this, because I don't like shots, but he gives himself the serum, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do that because I don't like needles. So I don't know. If I could be a day walker, well, like a vampire in the daytime, and you know, just cool.
Okay.
Without the thirst.
Okay, for blood, sure.
Without the
Fair.
needles.
Okay.
I would be that.
So then, what does that essentially make you? Then you can live forever. Is that because vampires live forever?
They're strong.
Oh yeah, they're very strong.
And they're fast.
Fast. Okay.
They can jump high.
All right, I dig it.
They can do cool vampire-y things. Yeah.
All right.
I really thought this through.
I could tell.
Yeah.
But no shots and
No shots.
and no blood.
No serums. No.
What's the one thing that people would be most surprised to learn about you?
That I'm very down to earth, and I think that kind of sounds like maybe a little cocky by me saying I'm serious. I'm down. Because most people when they say they're down to earth, they're not down to earth.
They're just saying it.
They're just telling you.
But people would be surprised. You think people would be surprised to know that? I feel like you seem like a fun, easygoing.
Yeah,
funny.
but you know, sometimes when people come up to me, they're kind of like, hey, like I don't want to disturb you, and then most of the time I end up
like I'm sorry for calling your cell phone number.
No, but like if they see me out, sometimes they come up and they're like, you know, like sorry to disturb you, and then we end up talking all long, and they're like, all right, man, well I gotta go. I'm like, where are you going? You know, so.
All right, that's not a bad thing to.
No, yeah.
To be.
I'm
okay.
a people person.
People person's good. If you could have, then this will be good. So if you could have dinner with anybody in the history of ever, dead or alive, who would it be?
Now you see, you got me thinking. Because I was like, if I had dinner with like Marilyn Monroe, would it be like the time frame, like she wouldn't really want to have dinner with me because then she'll get thought of different.
You went there, huh? That's it. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one.
We can go with Marilyn
Monroe.
I mean, I think that's a
Marilyn Monroe.
That's a good one, I think. All right, maybe this one will be easier, maybe not. Same context. If you could fight anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? And let's say you win.
I'm not sure. Probably like one of the guys off of Jersey Shore or something.
One of them is in trouble now. It's the situation. He might be going to prison.
Oh yeah. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
Get beat up. Anyway, okay. If you were stranded on an island and could take 3 things with you, what would it be?
Is there food on this island?
Let's say that there is a palm tree that has coconuts, and then there's clearly fish in the ocean.
Okay. I would take a solar radio because I can't sleep without hearing something.
Okay.
So I'm thinking because it's solar. You see, I didn't say battery,
That is smart.
right?
I'm impressed. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you radio and batteries, that'd be 2 things.
I'll be out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that. A ton of Lorry salt, the seasoning salt.
Oh, Lowry's.
Yeah, Lorry's.
Lowry's. Yeah, Lowry's. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, because I would put it on the fish or put it on something that I caught for flavoring.
Okay.
And a satellite phone.
Okay. To get off the island?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
So you wouldn't need a ton of Lowry's then. You
No,
just need
well,
probably a
that's
little
just
bit
backup.
yeah, to get you by. Maybe you can barter out with it, but
yeah, you never know.
You never know. You just brought us our new sponsor, brought to you by Lowry's. All right.
Right?
2 more questions. You're on death row and you get your last meal. What would your last meal be?
Oh, that's tough. How did I get there?
Oh, we need context?
Oh, I'm just trying to get a backstory to see, like...
You killed someone on the boat to get off the island.
Oh, got it. Boom.
Boom. I saw the light bulb.
A big plate of Chinese food. Because when I eat a lot of Chinese food, I'm already tired. You know what I mean?
Ah.
So then I would probably fall asleep before they put the needle in me because I hate needles.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
And then the injection would just happen, and then I would die.
All right.
Because my stress levels wouldn't be that high. Because I'll be in like a food coma.
Totally.
See, is my brain working at like light speed right now? Wow.
It's it's all of this.
Yes.
Last one. I need you to finish the sentence for me. If I was not fighting, I would be
a CEO.
Of?
I don't know, but I just feel like if I wasn't fighting, I'd be doing something important. I don't know what, but something important.
I mean, fighting is
it's important
equally.
Too. But like I'm saying, like in like the work field, I would be like that guy where he shows up and everybody's like on there, like, oh, like Lorenz here. You know, everybody makes sure they're doing something.
But then they didn't know that you're really easygoing and laid back. And
but my title would be that important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
that they're like,
this is with the suits. You'd be a suit.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, he's here.
Or if, like it was in construction, like a white hat. You know, like that guy. You know, so.
I never knew that's what white hat meant.
No?
No, I didn't know that. See, look, I learned something today.
It's.
So we're gonna wrap things up. First, I appreciate it. I mean, June 24th, not too far away.
No.
And how's it going? Like,
going good.
Camp is good and
good. No injuries.
I mean, it's gotta feel good to get back and know you got to fight. It was a while. It's August of.
Yeah, you know, it's just, it's pretty crazy to be in camp, you know, and then knowing that within a couple months you're gonna be in New York at the biggest venue out there, you know, a historic venue, and fighting on pay-per-view for Bellator, you know, like. It's a lot of, like, inspiration behind that, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a little tired. So, I'm pumped.
Is there extra pressure a little bit? Like, do you feel pressure?
I don't feel pressure, you know. I feel like I'm just kind of like the new guy, you know, like I'm just like, you know, like where's the cafeteria at? You know, I don't know, you know, and I feel like Douglas is like the cool kid that's like, oh man, who is this guy, you know, and I'm coming for his belt, so, you know, I don't have the pressure. I'm just the goofy kid, Douglas, that, you know, that you can't pick on. I don't know. It's going to be a fun fight, though.
It is. Well, we look forward to it. I appreciate you taking some time, having fun. And
no problem.
I knew it was going to be a boring interview because I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Hey, and the fans love getting to know a little bit more. I'm going to remember Big Moon. Big Moon is something to look out for. If I see it coming close, I'll be a little nervous.
You should be scared. I would be scared.
All right. That's Lorenz Larkin. He is fighting Douglas Lima June 24th for the welterweight title, Madison Square Garden. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Oh, you're looking at my imaginary belt right here. Yeah.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the cage. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
hanging with us, and we're going to see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.